Right now, say I want Josh Taylor and get the Josh Taylor fight because he's Adrian Broner. That's right. So anybody on that pipeline right now, that's a big deal.
I talked his ass, but the same day that James Tony came in and signed the contract. Wow. So I'm talking to both of them on the phones like this little morning. I got Zab on one phone, I got James on one phone.
But his Crawford gonna do it. He's gonna beat Sean. Everybody listen, he's gonna beat Sean. He's gonna beat Sean. He's gonna beat Sean.
Mike Lewis is the perfect example of what I'm talking about.
Yo. Welcome to Let's Talk Sports, y'all. I'm AK the Apostle. What up? Boxing the DC, what up? Boxing community, what up? Boxing matchmaking, what up? What up, y'all? Got a lot to get into today, man. I got some stuff to get off my chest. Been a minute. My apologies for my boxing talk, guys, man. There's been a lot going on the back end. But just like like the post said, man, has social media ruined boxing? Really, has social media ruined boxing? I mean, right now, I'm not gonna lie, I'm distraught. I'm one of the people that always fight for boxing, always stand up for boxing. When they told me to leave you back in the pandemic, before the pandemic, I stayed with you. They told me to leave you for MMA, but I stayed with you. You cheated on me, but I stayed with you. For boxing, what are we doing now? Where are we at? What's really going on? Boxing is ruined boxing. I'm gonna send the link in a minute, man. I got some stuff I gotta air out first, man. I don't know, man. I'm disgusted. I'm not gonna lie, yo. I'm one of the people that always take up for boxing, but I'm disgusted at what I'm seeing right now. Love and hip hop, reality TV, whatever you want to say, it is a disaster. It is a disaster. Let me just start with this week. We're just gonna start with this week, right? AB going back and forth with Bill Haney, cursing each other out. I ain't gonna lie, I did laugh. I did laugh. I thought it was funny, but no, that's not it. I don't want to see people at this level in the game conducting themselves like that. I know we need entertainment. I know the clicks and views mean a lot, but come on, yo. AB, I gotta be real, dog. You out of pocket for naming them boys' names and going at that girl like that and all that. I mean, you kind of opened the door for her to come at you when you said Bill was going to put you on a quote unquote, you know what, stroll. That's kind of like hinting that she was one of them. So I can see why she said what she said, but y'all went too far. Them calling you broke was out of pocket, but you coming back calling him it's crazy. Now I do agree. Now everybody want to know what's going on with Ryan. That's like the biggest talk going around boxing right now. What's wrong with Ryan? What's wrong with Ryan? What's wrong with Ryan? Honestly, I don't know. I mean, a lot of people believe Ryan just trying to get out the fight and he want them to pull a fight without him quitting on his own because some type of fee that he might have to pay. I don't know. I just know it looks weird and it's not. We don't need y'all to sell a fight this much. I don't need all this extra stuff to sell a fight. It's getting to the point that it's ridiculous. It's getting to the point that it's really, really bad. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't understand what we're doing. It's everything for clicks and views. We don't know what's real no more. I mean, boxing has lost its soul. It's silliness. I don't need to see two OGs inviting each other to the bathroom. We don't need that just to sell a fight. I'm sorry. But what is really going on? Talk to me in the comment section. I mean, am I tripping? Or am I late to the party? Has boxing been ruined? Has boxing been love and hip hop? Has boxing been reality TV? I ain't even getting into all these crazy matchups yet. You know what I mean? Like, let's be real. We didn't ask for Ryan and Devin. We didn't ask for this. This is not what we ordered. You know what I mean? This is not what we should be doing. Boxing left off 2023 in a beautiful place. But to come out here now and see all of this foolishness. Nah, man. He said boxing been ruined for years. I'm not going to say that. I know you saying it from a business standpoint because you were part of the business. I'm going to bring you on in a minute. But I'm not. Nah, I can't say it was ruined because we had a beautiful year. We had a beautiful couple years. You know what I mean? Then it looked like with the guy with Saudi Arabia that we were starting to get it back bubbly again, giving us a good feeling again. But like, let's be real. We about to watch later on today in a few hours. We about to watch Anthony Joshua fight Francis Ngannou. Like for real, we about to watch Anthony Joshua fight Francis Ngannou in a fight that, let's be honest, boxing fans. Let me tell you something, AJ, you have to win this fight. AJ has to win this fight. If Francis Ngannou finds a way to beat AJ, do you know how bad this makes boxing look? Do you know? I mean, honestly, I wouldn't be mad. I mean, listen. Only reason I want AJ to win because I'm standing up for boxing. We cannot let them MMA guys think that this is it. If Francis Ngannou win this fight, MMA fighters gonna realize, be like, man, y'all dudes is cake. Y'all soft. You let a dude come over here in his second fight, beat a former world champion? What? No, AJ has to win this fight. And not only did he have to win the fight, he has to win this fight decisively. We only here because of Tyson Fury. We only here because of what Tyson Fury did. And so far since then, Tyson Fury is like boxing is really upside down. We went from Tyson Fury being the linear world champion, the big man on campus, to he getting dropped by an MMA fighter. Now he's backed out of a fight that we hope that still will happen later on because of a cut. Canelo Alvarez wants to fight Jaime Munguia because he don't want to fight David Benavidez. They ain't no other. Let's listen, ladies and gentlemen, listen. Yes, he's in a point in his career. He put in a whole lot of work. Yes, he pretty much do whatever he wanted. But listen, if you don't want to fight the best, then do something else. That's what boxing is. You have to listen. We don't give blue cards out here. We're not handing out blue cards. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, I'm sending you the link now, Brandon. I'm gonna send it to your IG. Listen, we don't hand out blue cards out here. We're not handing out blue cards. If you don't no longer want to compete at the best, then do something else. But this Jaime Munguia stuff is a joke. And all these people trying to convince me that Jaime Munguia will be a tough fight and Jaime Munguia can give a good fight to Canelo. No, he can't. No, he can't. Not the guy I seen almost get killed by Sergey Derevchenko. Not him. Not him. He's not gonna give Canelo nothing. So let's cut the foolishness out. Listen, the fight that made sense is the fight that was right in front of him. The fight that we all want to see. Him versus Benavidez. And I'm gonna be honest. I'm not one of the people that's convinced that Benavidez is just gonna beat Canelo. I think Canelo can beat the guy. But I think he realized that, yes, I may be able to win this fight, but that young boy gonna put something on. That young boy gonna put something on. You see what I'm saying? I mean, it ain't even a money thing in this case. You know what I'm saying? At least we can give Bud the benefit of the doubt when he say he don't want to fight Boots because, you know, he's saying it's a money thing. He ain't established the stuff. But in this case, no, David Benavidez is established. He's the one we want to see. He's the one that we want to see in the ring. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, it's wild to me, man. I'm upset, man. Boxing is really hurt my heart right now, man. Like, what are we doing? What we doing, man? I'm gonna write a few people up, but boxing, man, we got to get it back popping, man. Like, this is bad, man. This is really, really bad, man. I don't want to see Jaime versus Canelo. I didn't even want to see Devin. I wanted Ryan to fight Rolly. That way the circus is validated. That way the circus is validated. But man, we got Ryan acting a fool. He talking about all kinds of things that could probably be criminal. You know what I'm saying? What up, man?
Hey, AKA, how's everything going today with you? Everything good, brother?
What's going on?
Yeah, I know I put in the comments, but boxing has ruined boxing.
Talk to me. Tell me why boxing.
Okay, I've matched fights and I've matched with fighters in the past.
Right.
But you just said fans want the fight that makes sense, which would be Canelo and Benavidez, because Benavidez is the #1 contender. He is by popular opinion, the #1 contender in that division. And yet that fight is, and that's not a social media problem.
I agree.
And I think the problem, I've always said the problem with boxing is that boxing shoots itself in the foot. Fans have never asked for sanctioning bodies. Fans have never asked for interim champions. They've never asked for step-aside bouts. Fans just say, look, give us consistent boxing, give us the fights we want, and that's all we want. And boxing, for the business reasons, just will not give the fans what they're willing to pay for. And that's problematic. That's what's really the big problem with the sport, the business, whatever verbiage you want to use.
I mean, I don't know, man. I mean, I think the clickbait, like, come on, like let's be honest. Like, when we saw, I ain't gonna lie, I laughed at it. I ain't gonna lie to you, I laughed at it. But I was so disgusted that when I seen the Bill and AB back and forth, I was disgusted, and I almost lost my whole noodles when I seen AB yelling the people this girl allegedly or was with. I thought that was crazy. Like, yo, like, I'm just saying, when we come, look, when I was coming up in my era, that was a no-no, bro. I mean, I'm talking about that was we fighting on sight type of stuff that he was doing, man. I ain't never seen that before, man. Like, am I outdated? I might be. Because I mean, I'm seeing, you see, I'm salt and pepper, I'm a little seasoned. Am I outdated?
I think to a certain extent you are, because you're from an era where there wasn't the need to have to sell so much on social media, because your in the ring performance was all you needed to sell. And it's more, boxing has gotten away from actually building fighters and making them popular to now, if you can make yourself popular and get the trending going and get the clicks going, it results in more money for you when you do get in the ring, which is not a uncommon thing. But I think with the situation with AB and all of this, I think it's a new low for boxing, because this is something that shouldn't happen with a former champion, a current female champion, a boxing promoter father. This is not a good look for boxing, because it makes it seem like, hey, what is your standards of respect when it comes to each other?
Zeus, what you got on any of this, man? I mean, I got a lot to get to, so just tell me, what do you got on this? What do you think when you saw the back and forth between AB and then AB blurting out this lady's so-called body count? Like, what did you think about all that?
I'm not gonna hold you, bro. It's the new circus, bro. We know what social media does. We know that clout is a hell of a drug, and that's what people are chasing right now. Nobody's chasing greatness in boxing anymore because it doesn't pay the bills like it used to. So if I can get on a microphone and I can call out my man, Mr. Brandon Conti right here, and I can get a fight for $7 million, or I got to go the straight and narrow path and I got to go fight you for $2 million, you know what I'm going to go do. I don't give a damn about your belt. I don't give a damn about your legacy. I'm about to get $5 more million to fight Mr. Brandon Conti.
But do we gotta get on cameras and curse each other out and disrespect one another? Because see, the way it started off on that video, right? He was like, no disrespect, but he was like, yo, don't come on here if we ain't gonna give the people fireworks. So he basically letting them know, we got to turn up. You know what I mean?
Exactly,
we got to turn up.
You have to.
You know what I mean? Don't you come on here and just have no regular conversation with me. Nah, we got to get the people fireworks. You know what I mean? So I don't like it. And like I said, I might be just outdated. I might be outdated. You know what I mean? And I hate this list of fights we dealing with. Like, let's think about this, y'all. We really about to sit back in a couple hours and really watch a former heavyweight champion fighter, MMA fighter, and we locked in and we praying that boxer win the fight.
And the point is, AKA, just because a guy's a former champion doesn't mean that his level of skill is as high as the title. Unfortunately, this is an era of boxing where I'm not saying fighters don't have the talent. I think AJ is one of the best boxers in the heavyweight division, but that doesn't mean
He better
that
prove it
his
today.
level of boxing. I'm sorry.
He better prove it today.
He better prove it today, but unfortunately, if he wins, he doesn't get much because you beat a guy that's 0-1. If you lose, you really take a black eye for the sport. So it's really kind of
Exactly.
it's really just a paycheck fight, which I have no problem with. Make your money. But I have a bigger problem with the Tyson Paul. I have a problem with the Haney Garcia. A lot of these fights are not fights that fans have been saying we want to see, or fights that have naturally built up to this moment. And that's what fans keep saying. We want to see Shakur and Haney, or Tank and Haney, or Haney and anybody else. Nobody ever said, "Oh my God, I cannot wait to see Garcia and Haney." And now Garcia is losing his mind, which is not good for boxing. Because now it looks like, hey, this crazy person is going to go into the ring and nobody's going to stop him. But it's clear something's wrong with the kid. That's not good for boxing. It's not a good look. It's popular. It's trending. It's not a good look, though.
Talk to me in the comment section. Are y'all satisfied with the latest, list of fights? Are y'all cool with Tyson Paul, Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson? Are y'all cool with Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia? Are we cool with Jaime Munguia and Canelo Alvarez? Yes, Zeus, you was right. Yes, Sibby Boxing, you was right. I really, with the way boxing ended last year, I did not see this coming. Brandon, I'm sure you probably saw this coming, but y'all, I didn't see this coming. I am, listen, I've been a fan of this sport for 44 years. Since the golden days. I never let her go. I love her to death. I am distraught. I am beside myself. I am sick of boxing right now, and I can't believe I'm saying this.
Let me say this right quick, AK. The only reason we're correct is because we're following the dollar, right? You're following boxing for the career, the legacy, everything that you're supposed to follow it for. I'm not following boxing for anything other than the money that is moving. If you're watching the way that the dollars move, this fight makes the most sense. A lot of times you and I disagree on a fight not occurring or a fight occurring. I don't speak from a biased perspective. I just speak from a money perspective. The Canelo Alvarez versus Jaime Munguia fight makes the most sense because it is the least risk and it is the most reward. I've been saying this for months. And, I've been telling you guys, the people in Mexico want it. The people in other places of the world, they want it. We may not want it. You, myself, Brandon, a couple of other guys that we speak to on a regular basis may not want it. But when you go down to Tijuana and Tulum and Alpaca and all these other places and you talk to these people, this is the fight that they are clamoring for. I am not upset at the fights that we are getting because some audience wants it. Some audience wants it. If you sit down and you talk to the casuals, even the super casuals that watch boxing once a year, they're going to tune into Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul. The reason being, Jake Paul is a YouTuber, Mike Tyson is an ex-boxer. That's all they care to know. They don't care about anything else. You and I care about a story. We care about a build-up. We care about something that actually sticks, that is going to stand the test of time. This fight is not going to stand the test of time, but it will be in the casuals' faces.
Here's my problem with the Mike Tyson Jake Paul fight. Only reason I don't like this fight, well, I don't like it, period. But the real reason why I don't like this fight, because Mike Tyson is legitimately a senior citizen. Mike Tyson legitimately should not be fighting anybody at this stage of his life. See, even when we seen some of the older fighters talking about they want to fight each other, I'm not a fan of that either. You know what I'm saying? I don't care if it was two old fighters fighting each other. I'm not a fan of that. Because as you get older, your body does not recover from certain things the way it used to. See what I'm saying? Your body is just like it's like returning. It's like your body returning to when you was once a baby or a toddler. The damaging effects of the things that hit you at that stage in your life, they linger a little bit differently now. I don't want nobody. So you could get hit in your body and end up with internal bleeding when you in these older years. So Mike Tyson could leave that ring legitimately damaged from we don't need that. You know what I'm saying? Not just to get a couple $1 million. So I'm not a fan of this fight at all. Mike Tyson should not be in anybody's boxing ring at this stage in his life.
Understood. I agree. However, the money is talking, and that money is saying, we're going to let this happen. And Netflix has over 200 million subscribers.
I mean, it's a narcotic.
You said what?
It's a narcotic. The money, the just the running out, the coming out to the listen, that walking out into an arena and a whole building yelling your name, going crazy, it's like a narcotic. It's hard to get over it. That's why a lot of fighters can't let it go. A lot of athletes can't let it go. A lot of entertainers can't let it go. That just that 1 second. Once they walk out and once that moment's passed and reality sits, they don't even care about what goes on in the ring. They just want that moment again.
But I think that's the problem, though. Like Coach Hughes just said, boxing follows the money in the worst way, I think, AKA.
I think every sport does.
Every sport may do it, but they'll do it organized. Like the NBA will say, okay, make more money. Everybody's going to play more playoff games. To make more money, everybody's going to participate in the advertising. The problem with boxing is that since it's not organized, you get this entertainer who turned into boxing to now have a fight with a guy that's over twice his age, that's been retired for 20 years, that no one asked for, and is going to make a lot of money. But we have been begging for a Canelo and a Benavidez fight. Nobody has been saying this fight should not happen, but this is a fight that we are not getting. But we're getting this fight with Tyson, a guy who's been out of the league, out of the league. He's been retired 20 years. He left after 2 straight knockout losses. And they're going to parade him into the ring at 57 or 58 or whatever age he is to prove what point? Nothing, just to make money. That's the best they can do with Mike Tyson to say, look, you get back in the ring, we'll give you a paycheck. Not even maybe make a new Mike Tyson video game or something. They can't do anything else other than this. And that's the problem with boxing, because somebody should be telling him and the Pacquiaos of the world, hey, we have new stars. We do not need to be putting you guys in places where these younger guys can use the opportunity. Jake Paul should be fighting. If he's fighting anybody, Jake Paul should be fighting Benavidez if this is supposed to be something they're trying to make money. Because I think people would rather see that than Mike Tyson.
Look at this. We got Ngannou fighting AJ. We got Jake Paul fighting Mike Tyson. Manny Pacquiao and Conor Ben.
I don't see what the issue is, though.
It's a major issue, bro.
I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why I don't see it as an issue. Last week, we had 18 fights occur on Saturday. Out of those 18 fights, 3 people defended their belt. The only reason it wasn't 4 is because of the Amanda Serrano situation.
Okay.
Next week, you will have 9 different fights occurring where 2 title fights will be happening. And for the rest of March, you will still see 6, because Sebastian Fundora is fighting for a vacant WC junior middle title weight. You have 6 different title fights going on before March 30th ends. We've got good fights. There are a lot of good fights.
Don't try that.
I wouldn't say good fights.
Bro,
don't do this to me, Zeus.
I can't for the life of me sit here and see a March 29th fight card, a March 16th fight card, a March 15th fight card, a March 8th fight card, a March 30th fight card. See every name that's on there and get mad because Mike Tyson is fighting Jake Paul. I can't get mad because AJ is fighting Francis Ngannou. I can't get mad at this. We've actually got good fights coming up.
Now, let me ask you questions is, are they good fights or are they frequent fights? Because the problem I have with this is that for the past 2 years, we keep getting these undisputed champions, which is what we've asked for. And every time we get an undisputed champion, somebody gets stripped. We don't get the title fights and then defending it, except for what Canelo has done and what Haney did. Everybody else gets stripped before you can defend it. So now we got vacant title fights. So it's almost like saying we're going to get to a place and then start right back over again.
So here's my thing, right? Here's my thing. You've got actually 3 title fights happening today, right now as we speak. Israel Madrimov is fighting Magomed Kurbanov, right? They're fighting for the Super Junior middleweight title. You got Ray Vargas, Nick Ball. Ray Vargas, I'm very high on. He's a part of the red, white, and green crew that's down there in featherweight. You know what I'm saying? He's fighting for his title tonight. You've got Zelly Zhang and Joe Parker about to get in the ring fighting. That's 3 title fights. I really don't care about Anthony Joshua and Francis Ngannou.
Zhang fighting Joe Parker on this card?
Yeah.
They're fighting. They're the co-main event.
Bro,
now, that's a good fight I want to see.
They'll be on in like 30 minutes.
They on in 30 minutes?
They're on in 30 minutes, bro.
Hold on. The card is on in 30 minutes, or
no, the fight. The card's been on for a while.
Bro. The card is already on. We are 6 fights in.
Oh wow, y'all.
Yeah, the card came on this morning like 11.
Yeah, the card came on like 11 a.m., bro.
I know they were starting that soon. So listen. Wow.
Yeah, you got Gavin Gwynn and I think Mark Chamberlain up next, and then right after them is Israel Madrimov and Magomed Kurbanov. Then you got Ray Vargas and Nick Ball. Then you got Zelly Zhang, Joe Parker, and then you've got Francis and Anthony Joshua. That's the point I'm trying to make. Like, we've got 3 good fights coming up right now. I don't care about AJ.
Oh, hold on. Hold on. Hold on. I need everybody to go on mute for 1 minute. I was waiting for that. I'm glad. Thank you for bringing me back to reality. Let me tell y'all something. This is my coined saying for the day. I want y'all to remember this. Everybody keeps going around saying Floyd is the reason why fighters not fighting the best, or fighters not fighting like they supposed to, and they think that they keep saying fighters want to protect their own. It's not what Floyd did, it's what happened to Roy. It's why people are trying to protect themselves from fighting these guys. See, we all remember when Roy was on the top of the pinnacle and everything like that, and then when that magical night he got knocked out in the second round, no disrespect to him, but that night, ever since then, fighters have been scared to step up. What happened? It ain't what Floyd did, is what happened to Roy.
I think it's what happened to boxing, and Roy was part of it. Because it used to be, we promoted you and built your name and your brand. And the last 15, 20 years, it's been, we are building and promoting your record. So if we say you're undefeated, it's easy for people to assume you must be great. I mean, you have a lot of undefeated fighters out. Like, you have Haney who's undefeated. You got Charlo who's still undefeated. You got Tyson Fury who's undefeated. You got Usyk who's undefeated. There's a lot of guys that are out there that are undefeated champions. Look at both at Beterbiev and Bivol. So a lot of guys are built on, if your record looks great, you must be great, versus let me actually get you built up. Because the one thing you can say, AK, is that a fighter could lose a fight and he could still be on television a few months later because he wasn't built on if his record was perfect or not.
Okay. I mean, like I said, man, either way you look at it, it's both bad, but that's just my theory. I think what happened to Roy, when you see somebody that was on top of the sport, he was that guy, to lose the fight the way he did and to just fall completely from grace from that point on, I think that's just as damaging as saying people just ain't trying to fight because they seen somebody who did fight the best, though. See, that's the difference. Who did fight the best? Who did take...
We gotta stop. We gotta stop blaming Roy.
Because we never blamed Roy. We always blame Floyd.
I mean, we gotta stop blaming Floyd. We really have to. Here's why. I'm looking at 175 right now. Do you know that there are over 12 ranked guys at 175 that still have their O and have fought over 17 fights?
Yeah, quite a few of them. Yeah, most of them.
That well connected.
This is the issue. The issue is they're keeping the O because the O
is
some sort of currency and leverage when you get into these conversations. You can sit down right now and ask a casual, who is Joshua Buatsi, right? He'll go and Google him. He'll see he's 18-0. He'll see he's ranked number 3 in the IBF division for 175. And guess what he's going to automatically assume, to Brandon's point? He must be a beast. Can you tell me who Joshua Buatsi has fought? You can't. And that's why people want to keep their O. The reason that your boy Jaime Munguia has kept his O and has fought 44 trash cans, as y'all like to call it, with the exception of John Ryder. He's fought 44 trash cans, and now, because of his O, because of his 43, because of the fact that he's wearing repping the right colors, he is now going to get a chance to fight Canelo Alvarez for his biggest payday. And if he beats Canelo Alvarez, guess what?
Well,
he now holds multiple belts, and all the fame and glory and the torch is passed to him. That's why people are holding the O. They just waiting for their big break.
Well, we knew who Jaime was because years ago when Triple G was searching for an opponent, they tried to put Jaime in there with him, but then the powers that be said no and took the fight back and all of that nonsense. So we knew who Jaime was, and he's promoted by Oscar De La Hoya. So we knew who Jaime was. So Jaime went into, they moved him smartly. And like you said, yes. Now people believe he's better than what he is, and he's going to get a Canelo fight. And we even got people believing that it's going to be an okay fight. Listen, if Canelo decides to let him survive for a few rounds or let him get comfortable, let him get good, that's the only way this fight will be even somewhat competitive. He can get Jaime out of there whenever he feel like.
This is my biggest issue. And we talk about, bad fights, right? We talk about fights that we don't like, whatever the case may be. A lot of guys are ducking each other. Why are the best fighters doing all this switch?
Why are the best fighters
because
doing
the money's
all
not
this
there.
Jumping is my question instead of working
It's
the clean
money.
out.
The money. The money.
But it's money in all of it. Hold on. It's money in all of it. You don't got to do all that. Put it like this. I'm gonna nail it down. A lot of fighters are weight jumping and doing all this moving around because they want the risk to match the reward. To Zeus' point, it is money. Let's be clear. Canelo's fighting Jaime Munguia because he don't want to fight David Benavidez. It ain't saying that he's scared of David or can't beat David, but he just know if he fight that young boy, he may win, but that young boy gonna put something on him.
I don't think it's that, AK. I think what you're seeing with a lot of these fighters is the more promoters and networks you have involved, the less big fights you will get. Because you remember,
why do we believe that?
But in Canelo and David Benavidez's case, he had everything he wanted.
Well,
he just don't want him.
But think about it though, Canelo. Think about it like this: he was on the zone. Now, when he comes to PBC and Amazon or Showtime, now it's like, okay, the fight can be made now. The fight couldn't have been made when you were with Matchroom DAZN or Golden Boy because they won't work together. They won't come together to figure out the problem.
They can't prepare the plant in him.
But remember, he came to PBC. No, he wanted the belt.
No, here's what we got.
That was a co-promotion.
Canelo.
But they still. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Zeus.
No. Finish what you were saying, and I'm.
What I was just saying is that I don't. This is not just the one only reason, but a big problem of it is when you have 8 or 9 chiefs and 50 Indians, as they say, it's hard to get things done because you got to come over here. You got to give me this. You got to be over here. If we can't do this, it can't happen. And it just makes everything harder. Everything becomes much harder when you have multiple people involved.
Well, here's where the change happens, and I think the change will happen really quick. I think it'll be swift. I think it'll happen in the next 6 months. The change that happens is when His Excellency sat down with all those promoters, and he basically said, "Get down or lay down." And they were stubborn and said, "Nah, we're not going to lay down." Now we have an amazing fight card going on right now in Saudi Arabia that people are tuned into, that His Excellency doesn't give a damn about any of the sales. He's already said he don't give a damn about pay-per-view sales. So you've got one side that really, really want to push pay-per-view sales and make all the money. You got another guy that has so much money he doesn't care. He just wants to put the fight on. This is a losing battle for those guys on the other side. They have to all come together and say, look, we need to start making money together. They have to.
They're doing that, man. But I mean, and what dude is doing is great. But the fighters we need to get over there, I'm still saying we get over there when we feel like it. See what I'm saying?
You mean to tell
he can't get Canelo over there. He can't get to the Tank over there yet.
He
the
doesn't
people
need
that
them
need
over
to
there
go.
yet.
When one of them go, it'll really break the mold. Yes, the fighters that's going over there are going over there because they have to. You know what I'm
That's where
saying?
the chain reaction starts. Do you remember PGA and Live? You remember how that happened? When PGA started moving over to Live, everybody was like, "Oh, this is bigger than what we thought it would be." Now everybody jumped over to Live so much that now Live and
I
PGA
got you. I
coexist.
got you. I got you. But like I said, if you think if he could make the Benavidez Canelo fight, he would have done it.
Well, he's not worried about that right now because Zelly Zhang is about to fight Joe Parker, Ray Vargas is about to fight Nick Ball,
Do you
and
think
Israel
them fights are
Madrimov is
bigger than
about to
that
fight
one, bro?
Kurbanov.
You
You
think
said
them fights
what?
are bigger than you think that fight is bigger than them?
Their fight is actual boxing. He don't have to do all the circus BS.
I get that part. I'm saying, listen, one of the fights that the sport wants, the world wants, is that fight right now. If he could make it, he would have.
He's not worried about it because he's making all the other fights. If they want to listen, here's the thing, AK. If you're the biggest boxer, if you're bigger than boxing, so to speak, right? And I am trying to make the fights for the fans. And I got Mr. Brandon Conti here, right over here, doing everything that he needs to do. He's a good fighter. He puts asses in seats and he's knocking dudes out. Oh, I'm not worried about you right now, AK. Let me get him a fight over here. Let him get all this exposure over here. So when he goes back home, he can say, you know what? I had such a good card on March 8th. I could slide back over there. This card that's going on right now is actually a good card.
That's because it's a sir, no disrespect, no pun intended. It's a good card to some of the more diehard fans and some of the people but a lot of people don't care about Joe Zapaga and Zelly Zhang. I care because I think it's a great fight, and I like how Joe Zapaga looked in the last fight, and I want to see how Zhang looked, and it's from what he did against Joe Joyce. I do, but a lot of fans don't care about this fight.
But here's the issue. Here's
But
the
to his
issue though.
point, though, I'm sorry, just real quick. But the point that Zeus is making is that this is a fight that if you're a diehard boxing fan,
We want to
it's
watch it.
important to you. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
like,
we
oh my
want to watch
God,
it.
two heavyweights that have done pretty good in fights they were supposed to lose are fighting each other very soon. Because normally this fight would take a year to make because guys would sit down and it'd be this and this. So I do get the point that Zeus is making. I wish that it would just be like, look, I'm wanting to make the fight, let's make the fight, versus, well, we'll get to you when we get to you, as Zeus was pointing out, or I think you pointed out. I
Yeah,
wish
yeah,
they would
yeah.
just say, look, let's work together and just make it happen.
Here's
I
the
agree.
biggest thing though. The
I
biggest
agree.
thing is I walked into the room. We were having a conversation about the fights that we don't want to see. I brought up fights that are actually happening today that we want to see, and nobody has been talking about these fights in the last 2 weeks in all of the rooms and symposiums that I've been in. I have not
Well,
heard
I
anybody
ain't been
speak.
up in a few weeks, my guy.
No, it's not,
But
and it's not just you though, and it's shout out to you, but it's everybody. I haven't heard anybody speak on Ray Vargas. I haven't heard anybody speak on Zelly Zhang. I haven't heard anybody speak on Israel. All I've been hearing is the rumors of the Tank Davis fight, the rumors of the Mike Tyson fight, the rumors of the Manny Pacquiao fight, and now that they're coming to fruition, it's like, hold on, we have an amazing card going on right now that guys that really watch boxing should tune in. But instead, we're complaining about fights that are going to happen in 3-4 months. I can't do both sides. I can't do both sides. You feel me?
all I'm saying it is, even with this card, it's sweet. Even with the the fight card with Tim Zoo and all that, it ain't enough for where they taking us right now. You know what I mean? We came in hot. We came into 2024 hot. And those fights that they're good, we can watch them. But the ones we thirsting, or even some of the fights that could be made to make it even hotter, they're not doing it, and that's the problem.
We talk about a lot of these fights, right? On March 30th, Amazon will be doing their pay-per-view, which will be Tim Zoo, Keith Thurman,
Right,
Pitbull Cruz, Rowley,
right,
Lara, and Zarafa, and
right.
Fedora, and his opponent, right? But then over in Inglewood, California, Arsen Golamarian is fighting Gilberto Ramirez for the Super Cruiserweight title. People don't know that, bruh. We got to stop
We do know
pretending.
that. We do know that. But the thing about, again, all of these cards are good. Die-hard boxing fans, these are good fights. No question about it. These
But
good
to his
fights.
point, though, this you should have more publicity for a lot of these fights. But since it's fractured, No,
We
PBC
know about
has
these
their
fights.
side.
We know about
No,
these
no.
fights. These fights.
You
We
if
know
you know
about
about
these
these
fights.
fights, if you
I
pay
haven't
attention
seen
a
a
lot. If
single promotion for Arson and Gilberto. I have not.
yeah, like I didn't know about this fight. Like this is my first time hearing about it, and I've worked in boxing because it's like if I'm focusing so much on this side, I don't know what's going on the other side. So the problem you have with it instead of it being it's like having an NBA, but it's like four different leagues that they might all play together at certain points. You have to really pay attention, or you're gonna miss something.
Have y'all seen the Amazon pay-per-view any of their promotion?
But they will
Exactly.
soon.
And this is that's my issue is this. We are such diehard fans. We are finding information about these fights that we don't want to see because we're going to go search it, just like we're finding information about fights that we do want to see. I can't keep saying promotion, promotion, promotion. I've never seen a promotion for Rolly Romero and Pitbull Cruz. I've never seen a promotion for Lara and Zarafa's WBA middleweight title fight. I've not seen a promotion for Tim Tszyu and Keith Thurman yet. I
I
haven't seen
have.
it, but we
I
know it's
have.
happening.
I have.
I haven't seen so the same way I
I
haven't
haven't
seen a
seen an
promotion.
official. I haven't seen an official Amazon one, but I've seen it all over social media on different outlets. I've seen it.
Right. So if I'm waiting for because apparently Alexis
Social
Rocha
media
is
runs the
fighting
world,
on
Zeus, and
in
you
March
know
3rd.
that.
You said what?
Social media runs the world, and you know that.
Right. But my issue is we're sitting here. We utilize social media to find out,
The
hey, who's fighting
world
this.
utilizes social media.
No, but listen to what I'm saying about us. We're using social media to figure out who is Canelo's opponent on May 4th. When is Better Beef and Bivol fighting? When is going to be the fight for this person and that person? When is Richardson Hitchens' next fight? So on and so forth. You know what I'm saying? That's what we use social media for. So because we, as the diehard fans, are doing that, a lot of promotion companies are like, hey, if they
All right,
with
Brandon.
boxing, they're going to find out anyway. You feel me? That's the problem that we're having right now. There's a big gap. There's a big gap between us and them. We are literally scrolling. Let me go to twitter.com, instagram.com. Let me type in Canelo
I ain't
Alvarez
got to type
next
in
opponent.
nothing. Everything comes straight to you.
Well, that's also because now your live feed is finally tuned and tailored to what you're looking for. So, of course, all the boxing stuff is coming your way now. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can go on Twitter right now. I bet you'll see 12 Canelo, 6 Crawford, 8 Tank Davis posts. All like you'll see them because it's finally tailored that way. But for the average casual fan, the average bear, they not getting it unless one of their friends retweet it or repost it or repromote it. That's the issue that we have.
Oh yeah, real quick before we get too far away. I wanted to touch on something that also rubbed me the wrong way.
I'm listening.
I know she promoting herself in a certain way. I didn't like. I still the way this Alycia Clarissa thing went about. It left a bad taste in my mouth. I didn't like the way that they now all of a sudden the public wants to shred Clarissa. You know what I mean? We're stripping you of your status because you didn't fight. It's ridiculous, yo. It's crazy, yo. You know what I mean? And the fact of the matter is not taking nothing away from Alycia. Alycia, you undisputed. You making your mark. But it's a lot of people, a lot of bump. Not just a little bit, a lot of bump in between you and Clarissa. So to make it seem like Clarissa got to just drop everything she doing, stop everything in her life to come all the way to a weight class she ain't never fought in her life. I don't care what she said she would do. She ain't never fought at that weight class. That's facts. So to have everybody just trying to shred her and tear her down because of this, it's nonsense. And I know why y'all doing it. I know why they doing it. I don't want to say it because she already hot for this other crazy stuff. But y'all know why y'all fanning it. It's crazy to me. Stand on business.
Facts.
Like Chantel Cameron, she said she available. Now that's a fight. I'll jump up now. I'd love to see that fight. You know what I'm saying?
I feel you, bro. I feel you. I feel you.
I don't want. Listen, I'm always. Oh, what's going on? What's trending about him? Why is he trending? A lot of people are saying that Bud Crawford's gonna fight Chris Eubanks.
I don't see a problem with it.
I do.
Why,
I do.
but why do you see a problem with that?
All right, so here's my problem. I'm just gonna flat out. I'm overlisting things.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not knocking what nobody do. I'm not despairing what nobody do. But me as a diehard fan, not talking for the casuals, not talking. I'm just talking about me. But what I want to see what my eye gate. My eye gate. I want to see certain type of fights. I want to see certain styles of fights. I don't want to see fighters in the ring just fighting somebody to make some money to set up a bigger fight, a big money pit. No. Right now, since Earl ain't available, you say you don't want to fight Jamel. The man you supposed to be fighting is Jerron Buzenis. Period. There's no other discussion. I don't want to hear it. Yes,
Right.
everybody will say he ain't done enough. He's the best man available. Nobody cares about Chris Eubanks, who got knocked out by Leon B.V. Smith not too long ago. If that fight was to happen. See what I'm saying? Nobody cares about that fight. Nobody, not one person is jumping up and down except for the diehard Crawford fans to say they won't even remotely see him in the ring with Chris Eubanks. We don't even know what weight Chris Eubanks is at no more. He done fought at 3 different weight classes in the last 2 years. And it's nothing. And if he was to fight, nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. Bud has earned the right to be who he is. He is the best of his. He is the best of his generation. He can do that. But right now, if you still around the sport, the best fight available at 154 is Jerron Buzenis. It's Jerron Buzenis.
I thought Boots at 147 though.
Boots is willing to go to 154 for that fight.
Oh, well then, hey, we might got a conversation. But see, this goes back to making the money talk, right? This is we're doing this thing, right, where we're picking and choosing when we throw the casuals versus the super fans in and out of the conversation. That fight is a super fan fight.
What's a super fan fight?
A Jerron Boots Ennis versus Terrence Crawford is a super fan fight. That is not a casuals fight.
You crazy?
No. AK, we got to be honest about this, right? When we have these conversations, just because you and I want it, right? You got to look at what the rest of the world wants. If we're going to be 100% honest about it, Chris Eubanks is a bigger name worldwide than Jerron Boots Ennis. You know how they feel about them dudes across the pond. We're not going to. This is the same thing we did with the Jaime Munguia situation.
I know. I watched Eubanks. So Chris Eubanks is not a star.
I didn't say he was a star. I said he's a bigger name across the world than Jerron Boots Ennis. Jerron Boots Ennis is an American star.
What I'm saying to you is this: see, who you fight matters, right? You listen. Let this lay for a minute. Who you fight matters. No, in terms of global, in terms of status, no. Jerron Boots Ennis is not that big, but his name in a fight versus Bud Crawford is major because the world will. I'm gonna tell you why. The only thing that matters when a star fights is can the person he fighting across the ring, does he have a legit chance to beat him? And Jerron Boots Ennis does, and that's all you need to sell a fight.
We're doing it again. This is the same thing that happened with the Jaime Munguia Canelo talk, right? You have to understand.
No, it's not the same thing.
Listen. A worldwide bum is a bigger name than an East Coast star. You have to look at it for what it is. If Chris Eubanks and Terrence Crawford gets announced, you have 3 or 4 different countries that are automatically tuning in to that fight.
The fight is not going to sell.
Terrence Crawford.
The fight is not going to sell.
You said what?
That fight is not going to
sell. It'll sell more than the Jerron Boots Ennis fight.
You out of your mind.
It's okay. Look, we did this before with other fights. We
never did this part. We never debated which fight is going to sell. That fight is.
Listen,
that's not going to happen.
Like we said, if the rumor mill is pushing Chris Eubanks and Terrence Crawford at 160, at 154, whatever it is, we already know where that's going to go. Across the pond is going to love it. They're going to love it over here. Australia is definitely going to love it,
bro. A lot of people, listen, here's the problem you're going to have with that. His name is the name outside of Boots and Earl at 147. He's been a mandatory. The skill set makes the action better. It won't sell more than Boots.
I hear what y'all saying, bro. We looking at it from 2 different perspectives.
Listen, let me just say it to you like this. When Floyd got to his pinnacle, right? The fights where they thought his opponent had a chance to win sold the most. The fights that they knew that he was going to watch the person or the person wasn't like really worthy of being in the ring, they sold okay. They still sold good, but they didn't sell what the other fights sell. The key to the dance is, can this person he fighting, does he have a chance to beat him? Nobody cares enough about Chris Eubanks.
I hear what you're saying.
This is clearly a keep busy fight. This is just a let me get used to the way keep busy fight. So I'm fighting somebody. So I'm fighting somebody that shared a camp with me and my team for his last fight. It's clearly a keep busy fight.
Listen, let's be honest for a second, okay? And this is, I hate to do this, but we have to do this. Jerome Booth in his last fight, he fought in the ballroom at the Boardwalk Hall in Atlantic City.
That's fine.
Do you know where Chris Eubanks' last fight was?
It was overseas. We know that.
Chris Eubanks and the Manchester Arena. The arena.
We get that, but that fight didn't sell.
Bro, Chris Eubanks alone garners an arena. You can put him in there with you could put him in there with Liam Williams.
Over there.
With Marcus Morrison.
Over there. Now the question is, are they fighting over there?
If it don't matter where they're fighting.
No. He don't garner arena here, and you know that. He don't garner arena over here.
No. You're missing the point that I'm making. The point that I'm making is this: Chris Eubanks can be a bum, but guess what? He's a worldwide.
He's not a bum. He's not a bum. We know who he is.
Listen to what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, it don't matter that Jerome Boots Ennis is better. We know Jerome Boots Ennis is better. We know that's a better fight. Here's the problem: casuals will know Chris Eubanks before they know Jerome Boots Ennis. You've seen where Chris Eubanks has fought. Chris Eubanks has fought far and wide. He's fought in New York. He's fought in England.
Again,
he's fought in Saudi Arabia.
You're still missing the number one point I'm making. The number one point I'm making is this. Yes, in terms of that, it does. What you're saying makes exact sense. But the reason why a Boots fight will sell more and will be bigger because the threat of him possibly winning the fight is bigger.
That's
what
to
the
you
selling.
And I, not to casuals. Not to casuals. That's to you and I.
You're tripping.
No, I'm not tripping. AK, let's be honest. AK, let's be honest. If somebody has only fought in New York, in Philadelphia, all over the East Coast, they don't even have a Vegas fight yet, versus somebody who's fought in the biggest stage in Germany, the biggest stages in the UK, the biggest stage in Saudi Arabia, and has come over to the US and has fought as well. Anybody that's promoting that fight to sell that fight, they're going to get the guy that's known more around the world.
Then answer me this question then, bro. I just want you to answer this one question. If what you saying is true, how come none of them, not one person over there, you might combine them all, ain't none of them ever outsold Floyd Mayweather? Tell me why.
Because Floyd is in a class of his own? What are we talking about? Why don't we just use Floyd?
No. Floyd ain't never had to fight in them type of arenas. Floyd ain't never had to do none of that stuff. But everybody you name it, they got all of these.
Bro, none of these guys are Floyd,
name one that outsold Floyd.
None of these guys are Floyd, bro. Bringing Floyd into this conversation is kind of
my point.
Throwing the Joker and all I threw was like a King of Hearts.
No, I'm saying is you're saying that this rate, that right there, that them facts that you put out there makes it so these fights sell more, and I'm telling you that ain't always the case.
Bro, you're using the one-off. Floyd literally has 6 out of the top 10 pay-per-view sales. He's never had to leave Vegas.
My point.
If you're
my point, and nobody he fought except for Ricky Hatton had to leave Vegas either.
So if you're going to tell me a guy who's fought at Dignity Health Sports Park and Capital One Arena and his last 2 events, if you're going to tell me that you think the world is going to readily accept him versus Terrence Crawford over a guy that just fought at Manchester Arena and Cardiff International Arena,
you're missing the point.
No, bro, we're saying 2 different things.
The point you're missing is this.
I'm saying
the threat of this young person.
We got that. We already got that.
That has a serious potential to win a fight against the guy regarded as the pound for pound best fighter in the world.
We've got that.
Is big enough to make the fight sell.
Right.
That's what sells fights.
We've got that.
Because what anybody that watch any combat sport does, as much as we want to do the glitz and the glamour, what we care about is real combat. What we care about is true competition. the true competition of that fight sells it.
I hear what you're saying, bro, and it goes back to our first conversation. It's all about the money walking. That's what it's about. If the money is pushing the way that it's pushing, the money will have it set up so that Chris Eubanks Jr. will fight Terrence Crawford. It will not be Jaron Boots Ennis versus Terrence Crawford.
Yeah, because he don't want to. That's why we're here. The reason why Canelo is not fighting David Benavidez, because he just don't want to. He don't want to. It would have been a pay-per-view fight easily. He would have had the lion's share of the profits easily, even 85% of the pieces plus pay-per-view. The reason why the fighting happened, because he just don't want to. Right or wrong?
You're right, but we're not.
And he's in the position where pretty much I can do whatever I want. I can make all y'all sit around on a Tuesday morning and wait for me to make an announcement to tell you absolutely nothing. And he did that.
I hear what you're saying.
Am I lying? Am I lying though?
No, you're not. You're not lying. But
he made everybody sit around on a Tuesday morning for him to come out to say absolutely nothing.
We're not arguing the same thing, and that's where we are with it. We're not arguing the same thing.
No, I'm not. See, what I'm saying is I'm understanding your point. I'm saying your point is accurate. You're dismissing my point by saying, "Oh, that's absolutely
no."
Can't happen.
Listen, I agree with your point, right? I already said you're speaking from a place of a super fan, right?
No, I'm speaking from facts because I've seen this happen.
Yes. We want this.
No. I've seen this physically happen. The stuff I'm saying, I've physically seen happen.
Right. So here's what I'm saying. As much as we would love to see Jaron Boots Ennis fight Terrence Crawford, there's a guy by the name of Chris Eubanks who just fought a guy by the name of Liam Smith, and they did 679,000 pay-per-view sales.
Let me ask you something though. That's UK sales, not worldwide sales, and not just that though. How many of them people in there? Because the main attraction on that fight was Leon Beefy Smith, not him.
If the main attraction was Leon
Beefy Smith. Now, if you can go back and I guarantee you, I tell you right now, pull up the commentary of that fight, and you'll hear all night long, even while he was getting beat up. It was a love fest for Leon Beefy Smith.
Listen, when they fought the first time, Leon, they chant Leon. When they fought the second time, they chant Leon.
Exactly.
That's cool, but it takes two to make those pay-per-view sales. So I can't just say it was only Leon is the reason they had 679,000.
No, but you know the Smith brothers, they all get major fights over the year. You know that, right?
Right.
You know Leon Smith. You know Leon Beefy Smith. Also, you know Leon Smith for Canelo too, right? You know that, right?
Exactly. Here's the beauty of all this. A Chris Eubanks Jr. versus Terrence Crawford fight is going to go so much farther in the eyes of the casuals, because you have to remember the casuals is more than just...
I'm gonna hold you to this. I can't wait for the fight to happen, and we'll sit there and watch. And we're gonna go over the sales, the whole everything.
We're gonna do that too. It's cool. The money's gonna be what makes everything happen. If TC can make more money fighting Jaron Boots Ennis, he's gonna take the Jaron Boots Ennis fight. But if they give him an offer,
he's in a place where he can do whatever he wants. That's the part we're missing.
Okay.
He's not fighting him, not that he's afraid, because right now the risk in his mind doesn't match the reward, which translates to I just don't want to.
No, if the risk don't match the reward, why would you do it?
Bro, listen, it's a guaranteed pay-per-view fight. Easy.
But if the
easy.
Okay.
Hold on. Stop for a minute. The biggest payday Terrence Crawford got in his life came with who? Say his name. Came with who? The most money he ever made in one night came with who?
I think you're not listening to what I'm saying.
No, I just want you to answer that question.
Listen,
his most money ever made in his entire life in one fight came with who?
Listen, the bottom
line. Who did it come with?
Just
say who it came with. Say who it came with.
But you're trying to change the narrative of the.
No, I'm not. I want you to stay here for a minute. Who did he make? Who did he make the most money with?
AK, let's get to the point.
Why we can't answer the question, man?
No, because I'm sitting here telling you something, and you're telling me something else, and I'm like, bro, let's just sit here and have the conversation, bro. The conversation is we're talking about risk and reward. Chris Eubanks is going to give him more reward and less of a risk. We do it every day. If you could get a job right now making more money doing less, right now, if Indeed hit you up right now and say, yo, AK, I got $10,000 more dollars.
I want to know why you can't answer my question.
Less. Because
I want to know why you can't answer my question.
We're going around in circles.
Charlie, well connected, because he don't want to answer the question. The most money the man we talking about, and I'm not coming for him, the most money he made in one fight came with who? Somebody tell me the answer. It came with who? Hello? But who? But Spence was, and Spence is with who? Spence is with who? Who is Spence with? Who is Spence with? We're not talking about the legacy. His legacy is cemented. That part, Zeus don't got to argue. That his legacy is nothing we can do to Terrence Crawford legacy at this point. His legacy is.
If y'all want to keep missing it, I'm gonna let y'all keep missing
it. Nobody missed it. See, the point is this: nobody missed your point. We agree with your point, just like them in the comments saying we agree with your point. You're dismissing my point. Is why
I already
we are
agreed with
here.
you before I said my point. I already agreed with you.
You shot it down. You shot it in shambles every single time.
I started it by saying we want to see the boots and
no, Crawford that's not fight. What I'm talking about. That is not what I'm talking about. I'm saying to you is this. Think about this. The same people that just paid you your biggest payday are the same people who will put this fight together. And like I said, the selling point of this fight, what makes the fight a seller, is the fact that people believe this boy got a shot. Yes, you may go over there and get more unless you, and I hope you fighting overseas. And if you go overseas and fight Chris Eubanks, you can go over there, get a new fan base, and you can probably make a whole bunch of money. I'm not knocking that, but nobody cares about that fight.
Okay,
that's the point I'm trying to say.
Okay, I think
that's a casual fan fight.
Right,
that's a casual fan fight.
That's the point I'm trying to make. Just like the Jaime Munguia Canelo Alvarez fight is a casual fan fight. You want to know why? Because the non-casual fights, nobody wants to talk about. I just gave y'all 3 fights that are happening today.
He's taking a pay cut. He's taking a discount to fight Haney.
He's fighting who? What happened?
He's taking a discount to fight Haney.
Is that what
he's taking a discount to fight Haney, man?
There's less risk.
That's my point. He's taking a discount. So the point for everybody that don't get. Let me nail this one thing. When it comes to Canelo, this is facts, bro. He's took 2 discounts just to not fight David Benavidez. 2, not 1 discount. 2 to not fight the man.
So let's be honest, right? He fights that if he were to fight David Benavidez May 4th, there's a chance he could potentially get hurt. There's a chance that the risk is so crazy. But him to fight a guy like Jaime Munguia, he knows he's going to walk through. And guess what? The guy he fights in September, if he fights somebody that he's going to walk through again, you could say, "Oh, he made less money."
Malanga, man. That man probably fighting Malanga, man.
Is that? And guess what? After he fights Malanga, he's going to fight a cab driver. His legacy
he can listen to me. Listen to me. He a grown man. He earned the right to do whatever he want to do. The man for like 70 fights. No problem. What I want everybody to do for these fighters, see what I'm saying is this. We're at a point now, right? That boxing is so handicapped that the good fights that we are getting, like you said today, like in a few minutes, we're going to watch Zhilei Zhang versus Joseph Parker, a fight that I really want to watch. And then some of the other fights that's coming up that we really want to watch. It's sad that these fights that fans should be clamoring for are going to get drowned out by goofball stuff. That's my problem.
Nah, I feel that. I'm actually about to jump off because it's
I gotta go.
I want to see coming up too. So
hold on. Let everybody know how far they into the Saudi Arabia card. Where they at now on the Saudi Arabia card?
They are about to get into the first title fight.
Which is who?
which is my fault.
Ray,
That's
Ray
the
Vargas.
middleweight fight. It is Israel Madrimov and Mohamed Kurbanov.
And then what's after that?
Ray Vargas and Nick Ball. And then after that is the Zelly Zangs of Joseph Parker. And then you got the final fight, which is Francis Ngannou and
So we're
AJ.
about halfway through the card. So basically, like I thought, the real meat and potatoes probably we get down
It's
like
right now,
5
yeah.
o'clock.
I said the real meat and potatoes about to start happening right now. So you'll see
No,
them.
I ain't mean it like that, but I'm talking about some of the fight, the Ray Vargases and the Zangs and all that's probably be like 4 or 5 o'clock. So yes, listen, for those that don't know, live right now, Saudi Arabia, the zone pay-per-view, you got the Ngannou versus Joshua card. And like I said, they halfway through. There's a lot of fights going on right now. So those that want to tap in, go ahead and tap in. And for me, when we get over here, we will be on IG later on this afternoon. We will be on IG. Everything for the rest of the day will be on IG. But appreciate you tapping in, brother Coach Zeus. You know what I mean? My man, well connected, cuz Charlie. You know. So go ahead and tap into your fight. Appreciate you and your dynamite debating skills as usual.
You already know how it go, bro. Y'all be easy. We'll talk a little bit later on tonight to talk about the fight.
My guy.
All right.
What up, y'all? Now listen, talk to me in the comment section. I know y'all heard a lot, but I mean, like I said, I'm disappointed in boxing. People, I mean, they came on here, they debated my points, and I ain't saying they was right, and I ain't saying they was wrong, but I just want to see. We always listen. At the end of the day, we always want to see the best fight, the best. Charlie, like we always tell people, we ain't giving out no blue cards, man. We're not giving out no blue cards. If you want to stay in the sport, stay in the grace. Right now, you can't listen. Look, man, fighters not fighting people. Let's call it. Oh, I forgot to mention this. Let's be honest, bro. Like the reason we getting fights like Rolly versus Pitbull, the reason why we getting fights like Devin versus what's the name? Why Matias went all the way over the matchroom just to fight a bunch of fights that we don't care about because they don't want to fight them real dogs at 140. They don't want to fight Gary Antoine Russell. Let's just call it what it is, bro. I didn't listen. I was happy when people went to 140 because I was like, okay, yeah, if we got some people that's gonna go up there, make it exciting, and then the real dogs up there, like my dog, will get an opportunity. But no, y'all playing hide and go seek. You playing hide and go seek. I'm not knocking Matias, but if he went over there to get some real thoroughbred fights, he going over the matchroom to fight Richardson Hitchison or the winner of Richardson Hitchison in his fight. Let's call it what it is, bro. Let's call it what it is. And then maybe he'll do a unification fight with Devin when he gets finished messing around with all the stuff he got going on. You know what I mean? We don't know what T.O. doing. See what I'm saying? But all I'm saying is there's guys up there that's working hard, diligently to get these big fights, to try to fight these guys. Fight them. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. And that's a fact. Y'all yelling from across the street. You know what I mean? It's sad that you got two guys, Jerron Booth Ennis, Antoine Russell. You got these guys right there who legitimately put the work in. They out there in the gym working hard. They fighting whoever is willing to say yeah. Whoever say yeah, they getting in the ring with them. And we're sitting here still waiting for the day that they get the opportunity. And the reason why they not, because social media and all of this fake hype, this love and hip hop thing that we call boxing now, allow these fighters to do whatever they want with these fake charades. We got dudes on lives talking about things that happened in his form, that happened in his life, that may even have authorities. Because I'm not gonna repeat these things on my platform, but y'all heard what the people are yelling out there, and it's crazy. We got dudes doing WWE tactics, meet me in the bathroom, cursing each other out on lives, talking about women's body count. We doing all kinds of crazy stuff, man. Boxing is in a sunken place. I'm sorry. I'm not with this stuff. While we here, I will stay here. I'm not with all the chatty patty stuff that I see all these former athletes doing on their platform. Y'all know who I'm talking about. Cut it out, man. Let's get back when men was men. All right, you got your views, you got your clicks. Now let's get back to being real. Let's get back to talking to the sport. Let's get the sport back to being in the essence of what it is. After we go through this circus, because we about to go through 3 or 4 or 5 months worth of circus, let's get back to standing on business. Let's get back to banging. Am I wrong, y'all? Am I wilding? I'm doing too much. Talk to me in the comment section. I'm doing too much. I might be outdated. I might be outdated. I might be legitimately like, I might be losing my noodles. You know what I mean? Talk to me. Also, shout out to my man Jamal Harvey, the DMV's Olympian. You know what I mean? Who's, back in town for a little while. And then he's gonna go out there and do his thing to come back with that gold medal. Shout out to him. Shout out to his aunties. Shout out to mom. Shout out to grandma. You know what I mean? Keep doing what y'all doing. Shout out to Coach Durrell. You know what I mean? Keep doing what you're doing. And in the meantime, before I get out of here, because I'm gonna go check out this Saudi Arabia card, but just trying to stay in the mix. We got a lot of stuff coming up. Still working hard, diligently on the back end to try to get these interviews together. Still working hard to get the sponsorships and get the things we need to legitimately take this thing to the next level. But you will see me at these events. I will be in Brooklyn. I will be in Brooklyn. Bright eye and bushy tailed. And like I said, check out. I got an in-studio concert coming up. It'll be live on the same platforms, live on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter. We trying to get the IG stream thing fixed. We might be on IG too, but other than that, man, peace, love, head grease. It's been real. Appreciate y'all for staying with me for all this time. Charles County, man, my Charles County fam, appreciate y'all for always holding it down, man. I see the metrics, man, and as always, the bulk of the listeners and the bulk of the followers always been my Chuck County fam. Chuck County always been there, so I gotta always rep y'all. Appreciate you. Boxing to DC, I wouldn't be here without you either. So appreciate y'all. Shout out to all my guys out there. Keep doing what you're doing. Shout out to my Russell family for always showing me love. Let me come through and rock out in the gym. Appreciate y'all, man. And y'all just stay ahead, man. We be back soon, man. Be back tomorrow, Monday. Peace.